What is up, everybody? Good evening. Happy Friday. Happy Friday, Felony Fridays. Wanted to tap in with some updates for today. Some military updates. Iran, US, Israel. The thing that caught my eye this evening is because a lot of people have talked about that is, you know, our ground troops going to be going into Iran. A lot of people are against that. And there was an NBC exclusive that came out saying that he has serious interest in deploying, he said, a small group, a small U.S. Troop contingent inside of Iran for strategic goals, like securing uranium / nuclear sites. Not a full invasion. So I don't know, man. I feel kind of with the whole, how do you guys feel about that? Ground troops in? Upstate said Kurds are going. The Kurd thing is kind of up in the air. Supposedly the CIA was going to go, they were going to go in via CIA. Like, the Kurds are pissed off. I have a couple of posts about that too. The Kurds are not happy because they've been abandoned multiple times by the United States. Multiple times after they were used. And so I'm not sure what's going to happen. They say people are waiting for them to make a move. I don't know what's going to happen. Now, let me show you tonight. Tonight, Tehran, intense bombardment. Intense. They say B-2 bombers dropping penetrators on buried missile sites, defense industries, command bunkers. 6,500 bombs dropped, I guess, by Israel. And tonight they're talking about this Mehrabad airport in Tehran that was like blown to smithereens. Check it out. Acid fire at a distance. Ooh. Dang. It's an international airport. So the Kurds, as far as the Kurds, it says opposition groups like KDPI, PDKI, PJAK, PAK, Kamala are actively positioning and preparing. They're not in full scale fighting yet. It's weird. The only thing it seems like they have different militias, different groups, different factions within the Kurdish group, because I've seen some of them coming out and saying, we're not doing nothing. No, we're not helping. You know, we're not getting involved. Even though news sources were saying that they've spoken to people over there. They interviewed one of the guys and said that they were going to do it. I'll show you some more videos. Airport. Dang. Oof. I got another video for you guys too. Just massive blast over the airport tonight. Tehran airport.
Kurds are 8 to 17% of the population in Iran.
Are they really? Ooh. Alan, what's up, man? How you doing? You know, I don't know. I have mixed feelings about everything that's going on. I don't know how I feel. I definitely don't want ground troops in there. You know, I mean, I don't know. I'm not an expert. I hate to hear American troops dying out there over this. You know, it's just for that to happen. Let me get myself out of the way for this one because I think I'm blocking. Let's see, move over here. Okay. CNN has that reporter that's out there. CNN has a reporter in Iran. It's kind of wild to see. They have a reporter out there, and he's kind of been like, oh, it's actually not bad over here. There's coffee. I'm at this gas station. There's food. There's water. Oh, hello. He's getting freaking backlash. Let me see, where's that article at? I had an article. Dude's getting slammed. The thing is, I don't know, for him to get in there, there's no way he can go in there and say anything negative. You know, I'm sure it had to be approved. He had to get the blessings, you know, from Iran. CNN accused of peddling pro-Iran regime propaganda for report on claim scenes in Tehran. This is the video. This video, man. I showed it a couple times already where he's like, oh, it's actually not bad there. He wasn't in Tehran, though. I forgot what city they said he was in. Like, I guess he was on the way there, maybe. But the way the video came off it's as if nothing's going on over there. It's actually pretty fine, and everybody's chilling, and, like, you know, nobody's worried. Oh, man, hold on. I got to show this. So 30-second clip. CNN appears to be now doing straight up pro-Iran regime propaganda because someone gave this guy coffee. It's like North Korea, right? Isn't it when they go over there, people like they try to, you know, like show you only the things that you're allowed to see, and everybody's like propped up. Hi, good morning. Hi, oh yeah, this is great country. CNN is currently the only American media outlet in Iran through the network, noted with its permission from the Iranian government. So that tells you right there. I still think it's cool that if they give us some inside views, even if it's propagated, even if it's only the best, I think it's still cool to see the inside if they put some stuff out. I'd like to see that. But I guess you'd have to take it with like a grain of salt, I guess. A man carrying an injured person after an airstrike hits Ferdowsi Square in central Tehran. That's more like what it looks like in the areas that have been hit and affected. But this guy's here. He's having over a cup of coffee. Oh, everything's great. Damn, bro. Plumes of smoke rise above Tehran. So, it's a lot's going on over there, but people are talking about this ground troops are not happy about that. People are talking about the cost of these missiles. It's costing us millions, while them it costs them a fraction. This was earlier. 2 drones reportedly struck a U.S. company at the Barrage oil complex in Basra, Iraq. A third hit the Rumalia oil field where BP operates. Iran's proxies are now going after oil infrastructure. Brent crude is already above $90. And that's the thing, too. I wonder if he's trying to send in ground or something. Oh, you guys saw that? We have the live Beirut feed in the background. I wonder if Trump's trying to send troops in to protect the interest, you know? Let me show you guys this. Go back to watching the streets of Arizona. Yeah. I might do an update on the Nancy story because it's been a while, and there's been a few updates. I talked about it today on the members live. Oh, and YouTube, if you guys could do me a favor, just hit the like button, please. It helps me out a lot. I appreciate it. Oh, Alan's almost 2 years. Whoa. So this is a clip Max Blumenthal talking about, and he's the former Israeli defense minister. He's not going to rule out American boots on the ground. Let's play this small clip here.
Do you think eventually there'll be a need for boots on the ground? I would not exclude it for those reasons or other, but we'll have to see how it goes forward.
And will that include Israeli boots on the ground, do you think?
I exclude nothing. We've been waiting for 47 years.
Damn.
And we came to a point with every necessary means should be taken in order to achieve our goals.
What we're seeing from... Do you think of
47 years. I've been waiting for hundreds of years. Explosions. Did we see this already? Oh, wow. I don't know if we saw this. Maybe, I don't know. We'll look at it anyway again to see the explosions out there by the airport. I think we did see this one. But... yeah, we did see this. Iran retaliation waves. Iran firing cluster munitions. We talked about that yesterday too. Cluster munitions, and we talked about it a little bit. And people were like, "Oh, that's illegal." Yeah, it's illegal if you've signed that document, I guess. But if you're not, which they haven't, and even if it was, you think they'd care? You know. Cluster munitions. All right, let's get some more video. The thing with cluster munitions and why it was banned apparently is because it's an explosive weapon that opens midair, scatters dozens to hundreds of smaller submunitions bomblets over a wide area, often the size of several football fields. While militarily useful for covering large targets, they can cause unacceptable harm because they indiscriminate nature, everybody and anybody. High failure rate. Many submunitions fail to explode on impact. Long-term civilian casualties. Vietnam, Laos, and Cambodia, millions of submunitions left massive contamination. Lebanon war in 2006, Israel's use left widespread duds, killing civilians post-conflict. Oh, okay. Oh, sure. Okay. Israeli forces allegedly attempted an airborne landing in Lebanon's Bekaa Valley, but reportedly withdrew after a difficult security incident. They're trying to touch down. Let's see. Trying to touch down in Lebanon. Dang. Damn, look at that lighting up the sky. Wow. Lebanon. Now, these are just reports that are coming out, too. They're saying that, and I read this somewhere, militias are reportedly launching rockets and drones at civilian and energy sites in Iraq, Kurdistan, even though the same groups are technically funded by Iraq's government. The Kurdish government is now urging the federal government to arrest the attackers. Oh, God, we don't need to hear a lot. Damn. So at the Twin Towers. Iraq Twin Tower. Yeah, it's hell out there, man. Let me see what else is going on. A lot. Iran striking Basra's energy infrastructure, hitting the oil that Iraq depends on to function. A warning to Baghdad. Your economy burns too if you let America use your soil. Ooh. Iran is just going all out. They are going all out. They're going to take whoever they can take with them. And you know who called this? That this would happen and could happen? Possibility. Charlie Kirk. Charlie Kirk, they posted a video clip today. Let's see if I find it real quick. Charlie. Charlie Kirk. Yeah, check this out. Check out this clip right here.
Iran does have a conventional military. They are a proud and they are a big country. Possible case scenario is Iran says, okay, you humiliated us, you killed all of our leaders. We're going to go make this a regional mess and try to get as many people involved as possible. They're going to go after Americans, they're going to go after Saudis, they're going to go after everybody imaginable just to create a big mess and to try to draw the world into it. Because understand, the Iranian people are widely respected and not necessarily are always in sync with leadership. But if and when the people of Iran feel like Persia is being defaced and humiliated and disrespected, we don't know where that is going to go. And that's my final reason why I am always skeptical of military intervention. And when a lot of the sometimes warmongering wing gets too excited, you don't know, actually. You need to have a lot of humility.
Kind of interesting to see that. And by the way, let me just give you, before I play some more videos, let me just give you some of the recent, within the last 30 minutes. Reports are saying that Saudi Arabia intercepted ballistic missile targeting airbase. Okay. It was launched towards Prince Sultan Air Base, a majority military installation. Oh, but it came out now, but they were talking about Saturday. I guess this happened Saturday. But he said they intercepted and destroyed a missile. It was launched towards Prince Sultan Air Base, which I see a lot of videos about that. 6 minutes ago, too, they're saying AP video shows large plumes of smoke were seen billowing over the western part of Iran. Okay. Oh, you know what? I was getting confused. It's Saturday over there already. That's why I'm tripping. They're saying Saturday. I'm thinking they're talking about last Saturday. No, but they're ahead of us in time. I mean, at least in Beirut, it's 2:58 a.m. So it's already Saturday. That's why. Okay. Tripping. So they're talking about now. And I did see, I think I have some videos about that Saudi Arabia incident. And there's also, oh, this is the cluster munitions. This is so interesting too. I showed a video yesterday, but let me show you. I think they posted a new one. I don't know if it's the same. Let's just check it out.
A video taken by the Associated Press shows what appear to be Iranian ballistic missiles flying over the occupied West Bank and dropping smaller bomblets, which are found inside the missile. A specialist at Armament Research Services confirmed that based on the number of visible objects seen, these are cluster munitions. Israel has accused Iran of using cluster munitions during this war, which Israel has used in previous wars in Lebanon, according to experts. According to AP reporting, the US used them last in 2003 in Iraq and has not joined a convention banning their use. Iran's latest attack comes as intense Israeli airstrikes continue to pound the capitals of Iran and Lebanon. The Israeli military says the fighting has destroyed most of Iran's air defenses and missile launchers. The broadening Iran war has ricocheted across the region and beyond, with nearly every country in the Middle East sustaining damage from missile hits, drone strikes, or shrapnel. US Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth has warned that strikes against Tehran are about to surge dramatically.
Interesting. And there's also some reports. I'll play that too. There's a report about, and some people seem like they were shocked about this, that Russia is assisting Iran with intelligence about like where US bases are, and that shouldn't be surprising at all, because guess what, we've been doing it to them with Ukraine and providing weapons and doing all kinds of stuff. So not the least bit shocking that they've turned around and been like, you know what, I don't know if they provided them weapons though. Let's listen to a little snippet of this.
National security correspondent Jennifer Griffin. She's live in Washington with the very latest on Operation Epic Fury. Hello, Jennifer.
Hi, Sandra. Admiral Brad Cooper said the number of Iranian ballistic missiles fired in the first 24 hours is down 90%, but Iran has a near limitless supply of Iranian Shahid drones, which are being targeted by cheap American $10,000 weapons, according to Brad Cooper. Separately, American Lucas one-way attack drones that have been reverse engineered by the U.S. military from Iranian Russian drones found on the battlefield in Ukraine.
The Lucas thing was pretty cool. I saw a video about that. They reverse engineered the Shahed and supposedly made it better. And it's cheaper. I forgot how much they cost them. Oh, heavy gunfire in Beirut, guys. So you can hear the gunfire now live. But there's some clips too, different vantage points. Let me show you this. Because I just saw the report as well. Reported clashes between gunmen and an Israeli force that landed on the mountains. What the? Wow. Let's check this out. Happening now, guys. Reported clashes between gunmen and an Israeli force that landed on the mountains in eastern Lebanon. Holy crap. Lebanon state-run national news agency said local government tried to repel the force on the edge of the town of Nabi Chit, and then they said Israeli warplanes were flying over the area. Hezbollah's Al-Manar TV reported, I thought they were taken out, that Israeli forces tried to land there 3 times. And the third attempt occurred after midnight Friday. It was said to have been met inside the town by Hezbollah and local fighters. There were no word on casualties. Wow. Crazy. And apparently Pete Hegseth was on 60 Minutes and responded to reports of Russia sharing the military information. So let me first play this other clip about Russia, and then we'll jump into that.
Are now hitting fixed targets in Iran.
This was an original
installations across the Golan to help with. At CENTCOM headquarters yesterday, Admiral Brad Cooper said the U.S. had struck an Iranian drone carrier roughly the size of a World War II aircraft carrier. It was still on fire as the press briefing began.
Our strikes against the Iranian Navy have intensified. You may have heard the president.
Meanwhile, buildings at the neighboring perimeter in 80 schools investigating. Of note, Planet Labs, the leading provider of high-resolution satellites, taking.
All right, Jennifer Griffin with that update live out of Washington.
That video had nothing about the intelligence. That's the title of the video. What the? Anyway, okay, we'll listen to Pete Hegseth. That's what he had to say here.
We're tracking everything. Our commanders are aware of everything. We have the best intelligence in the world. We're aware of who's talking to who, why they're talking to them, how accurate that information might be, how we factor that into our battle plans, our CENTCOM commander. So we know what's going on, and the president has an incredible knack at knowing how to mitigate those risks. And so the American people can rest assured their commander-in-chief is well aware of who's talking to who, and anything that shouldn't be happening, whether it's in public or back-channeled, is being confronted and confronted strongly. We're tracking everything. Our commanders are aware of everything. We have the best.
See Chris on Rumble. Thank you, man. On Rumble as well. Yeah. Okay, let's see what else is going on. President Trump. Oh, man. Should we get into the report? The NBC report. An hour ago, too, that says there's activity over Israel and Jordan has intensified with at least a dozen U.S. Air Force KC-135s, Stratotankers, and another KC-46 Pegasus, showing the flight tracking on the website. Wow. They're still up in the air? Let's see. We still got like a large fleet of these guys. Oh, whoa. Moving in. Oop, baby. I don't see as many, but yeah, they're circling. They're ready. They're circling. They're supplying the support, I guess. Probably fuel, for the fighter jets. Boys surrounding, flying. Look at that. That's the strato tanker. Tel Aviv, the BC KC-135. Another KC. Another KC Pegasus. Ooh, you saw that? What's this over here? We got another strato tanker just doing circles, full of fuel. Man. And we got to talk about the school thing too. It's getting messy with that. This report, when did this come from?
Sirens going off in the Middle East. Trey Yingst is there. An explosion just happened, Trey?
Yeah, there was just one explosion in the distance. We got an alert about 2 minutes ago on our phones for incoming Iranian ballistic missile fire. The sirens sounded quite quickly, and it appears in the distance there was at least one missile intercepted. I'm looking at my phone here, and we understand that there are sirens also sounding across the West Bank and even near Ben Gurion Airport. And so again, an indication that the Iranians are trying to get off what they have left of their ballistic missile supply. Now, we know that both the Israelis and the Americans have continued their strikes against these launching positions. They have been quite successful so far. We saw some new video overnight from U.S. Central Command and the IDF. But again, these sirens that you hear behind me, it's the last indication for people to head into bomb shelters. And the city is quite clear right now. Things are not open, and there are a few people on the highway. But when they get this alert, they immediately get into bomb shelters or into safe rooms in order to have protection from shrapnel or falling debris. And as we saw last night, a very big development, the Iranians launching a ballistic missile with a cluster munition on top. And it exploded over the skies of central Israel, and we could see these munitions raining down on the population below. Officials say it was a miracle that no one was killed in that strike. But as these strikes do continue, the Israeli military and the government structure is warning the population to continue going to bomb shelters, saying this fight is not over and the war continues. Guys?
Trey, it's John here. So there's been a rather dramatic diminution of Iranian attacks against not only Israel, but other countries in the region as well. According to CENTCOM, ballistic missile strikes are down 90%.
Wow,
drone
no
strikes
way.
are down 83%. I mean, obviously, we don't want to in any way, shape, or form play down the danger facing folks there in Israel. But to your knowledge, there was obviously that missile strike that killed a number of people the other day. Has there been anything like that since?
There has been, and there have been a number of falls and impacts and shrapnel sites, but certainly the Americans and the Israelis have been successful in their ability to shoot down this incoming fire and again take down those positions, the launchers. We saw during the 12-day war last year between Israel and Iran much heavier missile barrages. They would often overwhelm air defense systems, and we could see those missiles slamming into the population behind me in Israel's second largest city of Tel Aviv. This round, it has happened a number of times. There was a major impact in Tel Aviv that we saw.
That's Trey Yingst. I think it's his name, Trey Yingst, out of Tel Aviv. This too, I wonder if this is what we talked about, the incident. Okay, yeah. Supposedly, this is from the new reports that came out, this video. Supposedly, let me see here. The report was with Saudi Arabia. They said that they had an attack. I think they said they shot out. Yeah, they intercepted a ballistic missile targeting the air base. So let me show that, the Prince Sultan Air Base. Oh yeah, I think. Oh shit, that was a hit though. This is a hit. Oh no, interception. I don't know. Let me see. This guy said video footage purported to show an Iranian ballistic missile strike the Prince Sultan Air Base, Saudi Arabia, with the missile impacting very close to several U.S. service members. Thankfully, said to have resulted only in minor injuries. I don't know. Weird, man. I was talking to my friend earlier today, too. It's like, it's so hard to tell now. You can't even really follow the news because there's so much fake crap being put out. I mean, you have to find the best trusted sources that you can find. And I saw this lady the other day mentioning a random person I was watching, and she was saying that, like, oh, to get the tea, you can't even watch American television. She's like, you got to watch the international television overseas. Or some of the clips that people are posting, and people are being very deceptive in posting some of these clips. Reportedly, too, this is more video. Israeli forces allegedly attempted an airborne landing in Lebanon's Bekaa Valley, but reportedly withdrew after difficult security. Is this the same one? I think this is different. This looks different to me. Same incident, but looks different. Hey. These people are fighting back. Did you guys hear about those reports that some of the commanders had, like, their Iran commanders had, like, dipped out, and some of them are dressing as women to avoid capture? Have you heard about that? Let me see if I can show that. So there was like a viral, I think I bookmarked it. I saw it this morning. I was like, hell nah. Let's see, bookmarks. I thought I bookmarked it. This morning. Oh, this is crazy too. I gotta talk about that later. Here it is. No, man. They're saying this guy got caught slipping. They're saying this is him. Basij Commander Yasser Lofit is seen in Astana Ashrafeh dressing as a woman. It does look like him. It kind of does look like him. Damn. So you got to go undercover, man. Gotta go undercover. If you guys didn't see this too, this is like 3D footage, I guess, of where Khamenei was hiding, the underground fortress they say that he was in, and the commanders thought they were safe there, apparently, because of how deep it was. They thought it was impenetrable. The other layers going down, underground base. Haram. I guess that's where he would have been sitting down. So there's a report too from OS Intel. Hello? Okay. OS Intel, I'm going to read it to you guys here in a second, but they're basically talking about Trump, that he had met with some manufacturers today and announced on his Truth Social app. He announced that the prime defense manufacturers, including BAE Systems, Boeing, L3 Harris Missile Solutions, Lockheed Martin, Northrop Grumman, Raytheon, and Honeywell Aerospace, will quadruple production of exquisite class or high-end weapons. According to the president, the expansion of high-end weapons production began 3 months prior to the meeting, and expansion of plants and facilities already underway. That's what he said. Mass production. Reminds me of the vaccines when they started mass production. The normal checks and balances that were in place, we'll set them aside to get the production rolling. Did he really say quintuple? Is that what he didn't say quintuple, did he? He said quintuple? No, let me see. He said, didn't he say quadruple? Yeah, I think. All right, it says quadruple. Somebody's trolling. I was looking at a comment. Yeah, that air base. Holy crap. Hard, man. The international airport. They did trials, but it was definitely fast-tracked. Historically, medication doesn't come out that fast, you know? But it's mRNA, and it's fine. Let's take a look at this video. Right here, I think. Go like this, I think.
We're driving down the red line, the boundary that separates Beirut from its southern suburbs. That's a huge section of the city being subjected to wave upon wave of Israeli airstrikes. A Hezbollah member has offered to take us to a bomb site on the northern edge, but told us we'd have to be quick.
Okay, we've been given 2 minutes. 2 minutes at the bomb sites within the red zone. We're on the red line now. We're crossing into the red zone. This area is served by the Israeli evacuation order. Okay, and there it is. That's a big site.
There are other people on the road, but the Israelis have ordered everyone to keep out.
Wow. Looking at a series of 10-story buildings that have been struck. They would have had shops at the ground level. Some of them have come down, some of them are badly damaged. There is a smell here, an acrid smell, metallic smell. The damage is extensive. On this side, it's a bit of an urban souk, really. Mobile phone shops, restaurants, clothing, shoe shops, that sort of thing, completely damaged. Sam, let's turn around. Let's have a look down here. Shops, cloaked in a thick layer of dust. Okay. Okay, we've got to go. See the damaged cars on the side. It's a tow truck here, but he's got a lot of vehicles to remove. We're in a position of relative safety here, but we need to be quick. We can hear a drone up above us. Why were we allowed to go and do that, to film that site? I think Hezbollah want us to see that that was a market area, the sort of place they say that people go and do their shopping, their everyday business, not a Hezbollah command center, not a weapons storage facility. That's why we were allowed to go and see that.
What we weren't allowed to do was leave. We were stopped by a new group from Hezbollah.
You see?
They began to question us when we heard a loud explosion nearby.
There's been another strike nearby, a loud, some sort of airstrike by the Israelis. Well, we can't move at the moment. We don't want to use our cameras either.
This is a warning strike. It's not a major strike. Do not film. They might fight in the sky now, so do not work.
Oh!
Okay.
Wake up. Y'all wake up in the chat.
No, it's not a bit.
We sped away to the relative safety of the city center, but it was unclear, at least initially, whether the Israelis had hit a target nearby.
Okay, we're out now. We've left that area, and this is what we think happened. We think the Israelis used an airburst, a warning signal, a loud explosion, telling people to get out of the area. We were boxed in at that moment by Hezbollah. We did get out, and then about 10 minutes later, they hit a building nearby with an airstrike. And we've seen images on social media of that. I think it just goes to show how dangerous it is. We were not in the red zone, we were on the line. It just goes to show how dangerous it is there. And we're talking about a huge section of the city under threat of airstrikes.
That's crazy. Crazy. So you see the conditions they're allowed to be in there, I guess. You're only allowed to show certain things, what they allow you to. You gotta be careful out there. You could record the wrong thing, post the wrong thing, say the wrong thing. What else we got here? Over that, suicide drone. They were saying there was a suicide drone that targeted. This person said Rotana Hotel in Erbil in Kurdistan region, but somebody corrected and said it's actually the Arjan Rotana. It's different than Rotana near the park, so it's kind of like a little different area. But this was a suicide drone. Let's check that out. I don't know, what's with the techno music? Why putting techno music to this? Why? That's weird. Stooge, thank you so much for the 10. Appreciate it. Venezuela in January, Nancy in February, Iran this month. I wonder what's next. Well, Trump has mentioned Cuba. Trump has mentioned Cuba. Crazy. Cuba next. And they said, and I heard about this earlier today, Iran just hit one of America's most advanced missile systems, a THAAD anti-ballistic missile site near Prince Sultan Air Base, Saudi Arabia, was struck. The 500 million ANTPY-2 radar was likely damaged. This radar is what makes that work. Without it, there's a gap in U.S. ballistic missile defense umbrella. It was reported by CNN, actually. Interesting. Let me see if I can find a little more about that. Radar bases housing key missile interceptors hit. Damn. Okay. They also said this too. I don't know. OS posted this. Camp Victory near Baghdad, Iraq, has been attacked. In a video posted to Telegram. This was a couple hours ago, though. Iraq. Video footage purported to show Iranian ballistic missile strike. Yeah, we saw that already. They're all claiming that. I don't know. Okay. According to the Saudi Ministry of Defense, their armed forces tracked and shot down 4 Iranian drones. Okay, 4 Iranian drones shot down that were headed towards the Shabaa oil fields. That's the thing. When you start messing with the money, forget about the people, the innocent victims, the civilians, the lives, our own American soldiers. When you start messing with the money, when you start messing with tourism, that's when things start popping, moving. For the first time in 7 days, Taiwan has detected and tracked Chinese aircraft and vessels inside or around its ADIZ, per Taiwan's Ministry of National Defense statement. 2 PLA aircraft, 6 planned vessels, and 1 official ship operating around Taiwan were detected around 6 a.m. And here's the original post. What's going on? What's China up to? Taiwan. China. Oh, this was weird too. I saw this earlier. I was like, what the heck is going on here? It says Azerbaijan's State Security Service, SSS, said it arrested a number of people linked to criminal organization in Iran who were involved in planning a terror attack in the capital of city of Baku. This comes following Azerbaijan's vow to retaliate for an Iranian drone strike inside of the borders the other day. Some people got locked up, hemmed up over here, I guess. I'm not sure with the music, whatever. Yeah. Air Force Base, U.S. Air Force Base, B-1B Lancer, long-range heavy bomber seen arriving at RAF Fairford, England, as preparations are fully underway for deployment. This was earlier today. Take a look at this. Oh, we got to talk about that guy. Didn't he put out a message today? Raphael? Is that who I'm thinking of? I didn't know he was from there. Damn, it's serious, man. I thought this guy, if I'm thinking of who it is, did he put out messages today like he's taking over or accepts taking over or something? Oh, I guess now I'm thinking this is an MAA fighter. Isn't there some guy in Iran? What's his name? I'm over here searching by MAA fighter. There's a video I wanted to show earlier. Hezbollah's Al-Radwan forces reportedly captured an IDF paratrooper? Still unconfirmed. No. No, say it ain't so, man. Hold on, we're going to take a look at that. We're going to take a look at that. Gas is $4.89 in California. It's not over $5 yet. That's pretty damn good, man, because years ago when I went, you guys were paying like $8, $9. I was like, damn, this place is like Bizarro World. It's crazy. Everything's more expensive and it's not that great. I was over there. I was like, the food's not even that great. Everything's more pricey. Gas is more pricey. They did have some nice seafood with oil, like chemical contaminants from the ocean water, but boom, boom. There we go. Okay, so let's see. Let's look into this clip right here. Okay, this is a, yeah, let me pull this up right here. So this is an unconfirmed report. Hezbollah's Al-Radwan forces reportedly captured an IDF paratrooper near Nabi Chit. Oh, I think is in Lebanon. I think that's the place we were just talking about where they tried to land and they got into a firefight. I don't know. We're gonna have to put on. Let me see if I can get the translation thing on. Gotta start it up. Let me start it. Let me power it on. Oh, no. See what I don't know what they're saying. If it works.
يساعد علي أسروهن لك وينين يساعد علي يساعد علي يساعد علي.
Nothing's popping up. Let me see. Oh, there we go. Let's try again. Nope.
يساعد علي يساعد علي يساعد علي يساعد علي أسروهن لك وينين.
Oh, they captured Ali's body? Is what she's saying? Who's Ali?
يساعد علي يساعد علي يساعد علي أسروهن لكم هنان.
Shit, they're going in. Oh, whoa, what's going on there? Wow. Viva Californication. We're going to talk about this in a second. Okay, we got a whole little topic here to get into. Viva Californication. All right. We got this topic and we got Trump to get into also. The main topic. Let's see, I thought I had the NBC article. Here it is. Okay. I guess let's do Trump first, and then we'll jump into the school thing. So it says Trump has privately shown serious interest in U.S. ground troops in Iran. The president's private comments have not focused on a large-scale ground invasion of Iran, but rather the idea of a small contingent of U.S. troops that would be used for specific strategic purposes, sources say. There would be targets on their head. They're saying that Trump has privately expressed serious interest in deploying U.S. troops on the ground inside of Iran, according to two U.S. officials, a former U.S. official and another person with knowledge to the conversation. So 4 people, is that what they're saying? According to 2 U.S. officials, or maybe they're saying those are 2, a former U.S. official and another person with knowledge of the conversations. Trump had discussed the idea of deploying ground troops with aides and Republican officials outside of the White House while outlining his vision for a post-war Iran in which Iran's uranium is secure and the U.S. and a new Iranian regime cooperate with on oil production, similar to how the U.S. and Venezuela are. The president's comments expressing serious interest in deploying ground troops have not focused on a large-scale ground invasion of Iran, but rather the idea of a small contingent of U.S. troops that will be used. This is what I said earlier. For the oil, baby. Right, for the oil. The story is based on assumptions from anonymous sources who are not part of the president's national security team and are clearly reading into these discussions. That's what the White House press secretary had to say about it. President Trump always wisely keeps all options open, but anyone trying to insinuate he's on a favor of one option or another proves that they have no real estate at the table. Publicly, Trump has not ruled out putting U.S. troops on the ground. His private discussions about the idea show a president perhaps more willing to consider taking such a step than the public comments. Since the war began on Saturday, 6 U.S. service members have been killed, 18 wounded in counterattack from Iran. And there was like all these crazy reports. Hundreds are dead of U.S. soldiers. Let me see. And I guess that's it. I'm not for that. I don't think we should at all. Hopefully not. Now, with the school situation, man. With the school situation, the school in Iran where that was blown up and all these girls were killed. Reuters put out an article yesterday saying that U.S. investigation points to likely U.S. responsibility in Iran, school strike sources say. They said that it hasn't reached the final conclusion, but supposedly that's where it's pointing towards. And they put out some video today, Free Press. So let me show you this first. Again, the way they did this doesn't make much sense to me. This is a military base. This school apparently was a part of the military base, and then they said one day, I read it was a couple of years ago, that it's not a part of the base anymore, and so they turned it into a school, which is kind of wild to me that you'd make this a school right here. But so I don't know. I wonder if they somehow had bad info. I was talking to a friend about this, and I don't know. She was just telling me, like, how would they not know this? Like, the information that our government's pulling and getting, how would they not know? It just doesn't make sense. And this is a mass grave, man. Mass grave for all the victims in that school, which is crazy to see. It's really eerie to look at this. I saw this earlier today on the members live. It's the building right there. Now, people are saying, I showed a video the other day. There's a video where there's a missile that's like up in the air, moving kind of weird, and it lands on the school, and people are saying it was actually Iran that did that. But the missile, I mean, I think it's still in question. Oh, I have the video right here. Let's see. All this is going to have to be investigated and corroborated, but they're saying this is the missile here. Oh, is that the missile right there that hit the girls' school? They're saying it misfired. It was Iran. And a lot of people jumped on this thing of the USA and blah, blah, blah. Like, so I don't know. I'm waiting to see, you know, stand back and stand by. I'm waiting to see. Also, I'm not doing this New York Times crap because you know how many times I've signed up for this thing and I forget. And then they're charging you for a year, 2 years, taking your money. You used it one time. Oh, you can hear firing. That's live right now, firing. Lebanon. Let me see if I can pull it up. There's more to the school. So there was some video that came out today, too, that's supposed to be the school before the bomb or something. I got to check it out. I don't know if it's real. Oh, won't let me open the article. Somebody had given me this website. It's like, oh, you can read it, bypass it, but it's not working for this. It doesn't work. Oh, I got it. Okay. Analysis suggests school was hit amid U.S. strikes on Iranian naval base. February 28th, school strike in Manab kills dozens, including children. So this is the picture of the lineup here. IRGC compound and military bases. That's just insane to me that they would have this base right there. Right? It's like in a residential area, it seems like, in this. There's kids right there. A body of evidence assembled by the New York Times, including, which right there is kind of makes me a little hesitant, including newly released satellite imagery, social media posts, and verified videos, indicates the school building was severely damaged by a precision strike that occurred at the same time as attacks on the adjacent naval base operated by the Islamic IRGC. The official statements that U.S. forces were attacking naval targets near the Strait of Hormuz, where the IRGC base is located, suggests they were most likely have carried out. Where they were most likely have carried out. In the past several days, U.S. officials have neither confirmed nor denied responsibility. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth said on Wednesday that the investigation was underway. The elementary school is in a small southern town of Manab, more than 600 miles away from Tehran, but near the critical waterway of the strait. Okay. Another video was filmed by a motorist passing the entrance of the Revolutionary Guard base. This video showed the Revolutionary Guard's insignia on two entrances to the compound and signs for the Naval Medical Command. What? Maybe I can't play it because I'm on. All right. So, 2016, Manab, Iran. Shajari Tayyiba Elementary School. Perimeter wall constructed between 2013 and 2016. I guess that's when they separated it. They got a little wall. That's crazy. I don't know. So yeah, that's that whole mess. Oh yeah, let's take a look at the video too. Some type of video I saw today. What's that? Free Press released this. I don't know, man. This is just. Oh, this is something else. This is an all-boys school. Okay, we had first it was the so this is an all-boys school video that was attacked. They're saying okay. In Iran. So this is a different situation. U.S. Israel bombing a boys' school in Iran. Regime changed by killing innocent kids? Question mark. To make sure. Can I play this? Okay. There's people running. Okay, we'll take a look at it. Oh, wow. The hell? Yeah, just repeating the video now. So they put up that video. STV.
Are you people being serious, or are you just talking nonsense?
No, you're talking nonsense.
In terms of what happened, you're missing the forest for the trees. You're like, oh well, it looks like it cost us $100 million here because they hit Qatar. Qatar could very well have been on the Iranian side. They're on our side because Iran attacked them. So you asked me for some good news, and there it is.
They might want to reconsider whether or not it makes sense to have U.S. military bases in their countries, because that's the reason why they're being targeted. And when they need the U.S. to protect them, we're unable to, because we've already deployed, or actually we began this war after depleting 25% of our interceptors. So whatever interceptors we have left, and they're running out pretty quickly, we're using them to defend Israel. And that sends a pretty strong message to our Gulf allies that, hey, you know what, maybe siding with the United States doesn't make so much sense, because when push comes to shove, they will defend Israel, but they won't protect us.
Every time we shoot down a drone that costs the Iranians $50,000, it costs us $1 million to shoot that down. The situation is so bad right now, and we are so depleted. Trump has actually invited Lockheed Martin and Northrop Grumman to the White House to talk about the situation, because our reserves are running dangerously low. And I think one of the greatest catastrophes to come out of the situation is that we've been demonstrated to be a paper tiger. We couldn't even last a week, and our mystique has been taking a serious battering. This is bad foreign policy.
So, Lindy, how can you be?
I finally feel threatened for the first time in many years again, because we have an actual leader that's willing to do and take the action that was very long necessary for many, many years. That right now, this is not going to be an endless war, right? Like,
okay, well, if you don't believe me, believe your president. President Trump just put out a message saying that wars can go on forever.
It's to get rid of their capabilities to keep building nuclear and ballistic
just like we got rid of them in July 2025, right? This is from June 2025. Like, for example, supporters of President Trump, like Matt Walsh even said, you can't have it both ways. You either obliterated it or you didn't. So do we believe you now? Like, when were you lying? Were you lying last summer, or are you lying now? Both things cannot be true. They said that they put back Iran's nuclear facilities by at least a decade.
Well, it doesn't have to be quite so stark, right? So the United States goes in and pulverizes their nuclear facilities. And essentially, I think what Trump wanted, which is very Trumpian, I want to have an assurance from you guys that us having done this, you're not just going to start up on it all over again. You know, it's kind of like a guy does a home invasion on you. You go after him, and you're like, don't do it again. But he's like, yes, I'm starting right now. I'm making my plans. I'm surrounding your ranch. And you're like, okay, guess what? I've had it. And this is really what happened. It's so humanly understandable what's happened here that Trump basically has not gotten the assurances that he did. Now, on the one hand, you act like Israel is the superpower, that a country of 10 million people,
They control us.
Exactly. So I'm actually very happy that a country of 10 million can pulverize Iran with 90 million. This just shows
they're pulverizing us, Dinesh. They've destroyed our country.
The United States, hold on, the United States, which by the way spends
those checks must be real nice.
Spends on defense more than number 2, number 3, number 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 combined, is such a paper tiger that all our technology, all this great spending on defense for the last 50 years, and we cannot fight against Iran for 1 week. I mean, are you people being serious, or are you just talking nonsense?
No, you're talking nonsense.
By the way, in terms of what happened last year with the bombing,
are you people?
I thought that was like an interesting exchange. Let me see what else we got here. We covered the school. We're gonna do that. Was gonna do that, but won't bother with that. Let's see what else we got here as far as video clips. More U.S. Air Force C-17 Globemaster cargo planes are reportedly flying in and out of the Middle East, possibly moving air defense interceptors and other military equipment. I'll check that out. Let's see real quick. Let me see what was the last time they had like an alert out there in Israel? 8 minutes ago, 2 hours ago, 3 hours ago. Okay. Yeah, the warnings seem to have gotten kind of smaller. Like there was these massive areas, and let's see, 2 hours ago. Let's see what that looks like. That's it. All right, let's take a look. Let's go back again. Confrontation line. 3 hours ago. 3 hours ago. Even this seems like less than what we've seen the last couple of days. Let's take a look back here again. See what else. Before that was this one. Oh, this one was big. There we go. That was hours ago. Warnings. I mean, they've still been shooting. They've still been, Okay. Middle East. Egypt. Bahrain. Stratotanker was flying by Bahrain. What else we got from here? Reportedly another U.S. radar installation near Baghdad International Airport. Drones and rockets targeted the Victoria base, former Camp Victory, triggering air defense explosions and reported fires. Let's see. Got that going on out there. Let's see what else. Anything else? Videos from Ekbatan area shows an explosion and fire at Tehran's Mehrabad airport. Some more video from the airport, I guess. The hell? So weird.
All right, so a week ago.
Weird. New departure options are being finalized to help U.S. nationals leave the Middle East, with Qatar's Civil Aviation Authority now allowing partial resumption of air navigation. Okay, cool. Get these people out of there. Evacuate. Get on the hell out. Jake Lang just crashed a Kamani vigil. No. Dragging a literal goat with him? No, no, no. This is Jake Lang?
Kamani likes to fuck goats!
Oh, no.
Muslims need to get out of NYC! They're a bunch of goat raping pedophiles! Get Kamani! Get Somali out! Get these Muslims out of our city! We will not
Yo.
these people to continue to rape!
Who's playing Marvin Gaye? Is that him playing Marvin Gaye? What the?
USA! 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 You gotta go!
Thank you, Job.
You gotta go!
Bomber us. That's wild. That is wild.
Breaking tonight, the Saudi Defense Ministry says it has intercepted 4 drones launched toward the Sheba oil field. This comes as Iran is maintaining its retaliatory attacks against U.S. and Israeli targets, as well as some of its Gulf neighbors. Meanwhile, the UAE is freezing Iranian assets, and more American weaponry is moving into the area. Correspondent Lucas Tomlinson is live tonight from Dubai. Good evening, Lucas.
Good evening, Brett. A third U.S. Navy aircraft carrier strike group is getting ready to cross the Atlantic and join the war against Iran. The U.S. says George H.W. Bush has completed her workups just off the coast of Cape Hatteras and is expected to deploy soon.
Thank you,
She's
Job.
expected to head to the eastern Mediterranean.
Okay. Let's see. Send me a video. This video offers a comprehensive 4-day reconstruction of Operation Epic Fury, focusing on Iran strikes and ripple effects using geospatial command center called Worldview. Well, that Worldview app, is that what everybody's talking about? Let me see.
It's clear. And what I got back over to the first strike, to ships and planes getting rerouted, to the retaliatory response, it's all captured and replayable.
Everybody's been talking about this app. Yeah, the website Worldview. So you can see everything happening. Worldview. Oh. Where's the website? I don't even know where the website is at. Worldview. Yeah, I saw somebody. Oh, yeah, I think Cam Higby's been like posting about it. Let me see. Here it is. He's been nonstop. This is Iran battle map. He's been posting a lot about that. I wonder if this is a different app, a different. Right, details. Anyway. So this guy was saying here, let me see. Oh, that's Cam built the map. Oh, here it is. Okay, so yes. This person talks about the Worldview playback. The world introduces the Worldview playback, showing a timeline of Epic Operation Epic. GPS jamming. I want to hear about that. Let me see.
Got military flights. We've got GPS jamming to the
that app he's using looks different. Somebody had sent me the. Oh, I have it bookmarked. I have this shit bookmarked. Performance notice. Enabling more than 9 layers may impact rendering performance and frame rate. Got it. How many do I have enabled? 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now we got too many. Turn this off. I can turn this off too. Turn that off. Okay. How's this look? Still laggy? Whoa, that should look gangster. A little laggy though. Wish we could get it full screen. Wish they had an app or something too. Israel. I gotta figure out how to use this thing. Oh, full screen. Let's see. Hey, I'll figure it out some other time. Oh, they have a plus sign there. You can look. Total outage. Internet disruption. Okay. Cool. I'll have to figure it out. Let me see, what else did this guy say? So he said that there's GPS.
Red tiles over here. And if you zoom really in, we've even got maritime data of like boats and ships that are moving around. So let's talk about all of it. So the first thing you'll notice is that we've got a bunch of commercial flights down here, but we're seeing a sudden spike in GPS jamming. This is all derived from ADS-B data. And you will see very quickly that starts getting pretty freaking spicy. Another really interesting view is to see what are the commercial and defense satellites that are flying over Iran right before the first strike happens. So we see the Pleiades Neo, Worldview Legion, Spot satellites, and you'll start seeing lines connect when they actually go over an area of interest. And it might be interesting for us to see what are some of these satellites. So let's look up Persona 3. Persona 3 is a class of Russian high-resolution military surveillance satellites. And what you'll find is this only escalates further. So we got Worldview, which is Maxar or Vantor, commercial satellite imagery provider. We've got Gaofen 11. Let's look that one up real quick. So Gaofen 11 and 12 are Chinese high-resolution microwave remote sensing satellites. There's the Worldview constellation again, Worldview Legion. There we got Gaofen 12, the Chinese satellite going over Iran. Directly over the point of interest. We got Capella.
Okay, that's pretty cool. I have to figure out how to use the app, because when I open the website, it has like all these other tabs open. I just want to see the map tab, not everything else.
Escalating.
That's cool how you can go back and look at a timeline. All right. What else? Anything else? Let me check the latest updates. I just wanted to pop in tonight, zap in, and just give some of the updates with the world war that's going. Well, they say it's not a war. It's just a disagreement, I guess. We'll call it that. It's just a disagreement.
Could it...
Let's talk about two tornadoes. We got bad tornadoes going on. Deadly tornadoes. Deadly tornadoes. End of times. Wow. The video of the explosion from the west. West Tehran. This is West Tehran. Check this out. Somebody in the house. West Tehran. Dang. That's wild. Damn. Oof. All right. Yeah, well, that was all. I just wanted to tap in with you guys. That's the map with video links, right? The map, I'll show you. I've seen two. There's one that Cam Higby's posting, and then there's one called www.worldmonitor.app. There's actually a download button. Windows, they actually have an app. The app might be actually faster and better than the web browser. It looks cool. It does look pretty cool. I'll download it and install it, see what happens. But let me show you. Yeah, it looks like this. The World Monitor. It's called worldmonitor.app. And so there's like these sections here. It has like live news. You can click these different areas here. And you can even customize it, which is kind of cool. I was trying to remove some of this, but it wouldn't let me remove. Maybe you have to have one for each place. What if I don't want to see these videos, you know? Or how do you even move? I just get rid of this tab. That's what I was trying to figure out. But they have different tabs, live news. I mean, the live cams, feeds from YouTube, AI Insight. I just kind of like this world thing right now. Stream pizza. I don't know. By the way, I posted earlier today too. If you missed it, I talked about it on a members live. Nancy Guthrie, FBI knocking on neighbors' doors looking for signal. There were some neighbors that reportedly said that their Wi-Fi or signal was acting funky at a certain specific time around the time Nancy Guthrie. So people are warning about a Wi-Fi jammer. And I shared this video of these intruders on a different incident that had used that to mess up the camera and then go inside. It's kind of interesting. All right. But I guess that's it for now. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for joining me. We'll see what else develops. If anything crazy happens, I'll jump back on with any story, really. We'll see what the weekend brings. What else is going to develop? All right. Friday night. Felony Fridays. Felony Fridays. Air defense reportedly intercepted a drone over the El Harir base near Erbil. I think we saw that, yeah. Laura witnessed Arabs out of Tel Aviv shelters during missile alerts. She called it racism? What? Let's see. The network demanded a retraction. Some truths are too dangerous when it's exposed. Let me get the translator. See if the translator will work. Oh.
Hace apenas unos segundos, junto cuando estaba esperando para entrar a hablar con vosotros,
Hold on. Let's get the pretty one. Where's it at? There we go.
Uno de esos drones y la intercepción se acaba de ver justo detrás de nosotros. ¿Qué es lo que pasa en estas situaciones? Pues que la gente corre a los refugios, pero no todo el mundo en Israel tiene derecho, lo voy a decir así, derecho a acudir a los refugios. Aquí, por ejemplo, en Haifa, en un barrio árabe, que también pasa en otras zonas árabes del país, los árabes no tienen derecho a poder acudir a un refugio. Aquí
And the Arabs don't have rights, is what she's saying, to get into the bunkers. I believe that's what she's saying. That's what happens in these situations. People run to shelters, but not everyone in Israel has the right. So she's saying that they left some
en el barrio árabe solo hay un refugio público para todo el barrio, es decir, refugiarse a otros lados, el resto de la población y la ciudadanía los echan. Es algo que también estuvimos viendo en la guerra anterior del verano pasado de Israel contra Irán. Más o menos está la situación, no todo el mundo puede refugiarse. Aquí parte de la población de la ciudad tiene mucho miedo cuando llegan estos ataques continuos. Aquí...
Una rectificación que ha hecho nuestra compañera Laura de Chiclana, que me llega desde la comunidad judía, que dicen que no es verdad que en Israel los árabes, ciudadanos árabes israelíes, no tengan derecho a los refugios antiaéreos y que tengan que pagar 50.000.
A retraction, I guess, that in Israel, Israeli Arab citizens do not have rights for air raid shelters and have to pay
Euros por ellos.
50,000.
Esa afirmación circula como un rumor o desinformación, especialmente en redes y medios árabes, pero no se sostiene con hechos verificados por la Ley de Defensa Civil de Israel. Todos los ciudadanos israelíes, judíos, árabes, drusos tienen derecho igual a protección en refugios durante emergencias. Queda dicho.
Vaya mesa. O sea,
Wow. Wow. They don't play. They don't play. You better keep the news the way they want it to be. I'm sorry. All right. I guess that's it. Yeah, that's it for tonight, man. I'm going to be chilling, relaxing. It's been a crazy couple of weeks, but I will keep an eye if anything pops off. I want to update Nancy at some point, and we're going to start, when something comes up, we'll start mixing in other stories as well, like breaking news and stuff like that. Watch how a U.S. submarine takes out this is kind of cool. This is 10 minutes long, though?
Target.
Okay, watch this.
On the
Iran says it will only attack U.S. and Israeli linked ships in the Strait. Oh. Okay. Tell me that you love me. What else are you guys watching? What is there to watch? You ever trying to want to watch something else? I turn on the TV. Sometimes I don't want to watch this war stuff 24/7. That's all there is. Turn on the TV, the news. That's all it is. The Twitter. That's all it is. Why is the White House splicing Iran footage, war footage with clips from video games? Yeah, that's kind of weird. I know.
On our world lead as we near the end of the first full week of the U.S.-Israeli war against Iran, a war that has already seen the deaths of 6 U.S. service members, 10 Israeli civilians, and at least 1,200 Iranians, including dozens of grade school girls. We're going to have more on that shortly. Rather than entirely focusedly treating this war and the resulting casualties and the mounting economic costs from it with the seriousness that a war deserves, rather than acknowledging that those factors make the decision to go to war the most consequential decision that any president can make. Well, the last day or so, the White House has been, in at least one way, treating going to war like a game, frivolously, releasing what we will charitably call hype videos about their war. Here's the latest video from the White House released just a few hours ago.
Oh, shit. Oh my God, I saw that.
Oh, shit. Here we go again.
Are you not amused? That's one of the Grand Theft Auto video games spliced in between footages of U.S. strikes. In a video posted on Wednesday, the White House used a clip from Call of Duty video game along with more bombing footage.
Sorry, I thought I was showing you guys. It's a little weird for them to do that to me, I think. It's just I don't know. It's is it part of the whole desensitization or realization of what's happening to gravity to kind of smooth it over with people? I don't know. It's a little weird. They had a full, I don't know. I mean, I get memes and stuff like that, but it's just weird to see this stuff like this being spliced all the time. Life is just a video game.
It is perhaps worth noting that many of the folks, the characters the White House is lionizing in those clips are actually bad guys in those works of fiction. Walter White from Breaking Bad, he's a sick drug dealer who...
Walter White was dope. The show was really cool. That's one thing I noticed. I kind of mentioned it the other day. It's a little weird. It's a little weird, the constant... I mean, if it's once here and there, okay. But it's all the time. The constant, video game war thing, the separating of, how real it is. It's just a game. Just desensitizing people all over the world. It's just a video game. It's just whatever. People are dying. It's just a match in a video game. You'll get to respawn and start over again. All right, I guess that's it, man. I guess that's it. I'll catch you guys later. All right. Thank you so much for the subscription, subscribing, watching. Good night. Bye. Bloop, 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 bloop.